Wales in a Catholic family, and I joined the Labor Party as soon as I could. I was the artsy kid, I was the bleeding heart, I was the homo. For me, a Labor Party that fought for equality and fairness was the natural fit. It was the party for me. Labor was the party that decriminalised homosexuality, that delivered every meaningful reform for the LGBTIQ community in Australia, including access to superannuation for same-sex couples. Like so many in our party, I persisted through the early stages of the marriage equality debate, receiving letter after letter after letter from successive Labor leaders explaining why they would not, why they could not support marriage equality. I lived overseas, I married my husband and adopted two gorgeous boys. And after Penny Sharp, Linda Burney and Krista Keneally passed same-sex adoption, my family was able to move back home to New South Wales. Now, for those of you who know me, the best thing about me is my kids. There's hardly been a weekend in the past few years where they haven't been out in red shirts, campaigning for Joe, Albo, Tanya, Linda, Sophie and our Inner West team. Most recently, they've been out on frigid cold mornings before school, fighting with the RTBU against bus privatisation in the Inner West. These kids are so obsessed with Labor, I mean, my 5-year-old went dressed up as Albo to Book Week. Last week, Bill Shorten posted a letter from my oldest child on his Facebook account. It was a letter he'd written to all federal MPs. It read, "Love makes a family. Labor, underlined, is trying to convince the government to let gay people be gay married." Truth. These kids are part of the Labor family. What disappoints me is that these two boys have been forgotten in the Safe Schools debate. They may or may not be gay, I don't know, but these resources were also there to help them and kids like them with LGBTIQ parents across the state. I wish to hell that I'd had these resources when I was a kid. It would have saved me a lot of pain, a lot of anguish. But more than that, I wish that teachers had these resources to help kids growing up in country areas across New South Wales now. Because the truth is it's getting harder and harder for gay kids, not easier. Each and every day, it's getting harder and harder for trans and gender diverse kids in our schools. LGBTI kids are 6 times more likely to have suicidal thoughts. If you're trans, it's 18 times more likely. We must never forget Labor's legacy. Labor created proud schools. Labor initiated safe schools. I echo my fellow delegates in saying that this amendment must not signal retreat, that this must be a platform to embed in our education a culture of respect, irrespective of a person's gender identity or sexual orientation, irrespective of family makeup. Because I still know in my bones that Labor is the party of equality and fairness, that Labor is the only party that will build a better world for young LGBTIQ generations and their allies. My boys are counting on it.